Pink toes, struggling in a pit. LA live, I'm staying at the lows with this Hollywood bitch. Got a 9 and a snub nose, can't wait to let it hit. Pull up with a stick, I pull up with a stick. I pull up with a pink toe, whipping, she sucking it dick. I put some diamonds on her toes, let her hold on and I'm rich. We was used to pulling kick those, you can still call it a leak. Broken can't be fixed, when the names is spent the nick. How you pull that don't make sense. I made a whole mile off an inch. I had 99 problems, I just scratch your heart the list. Got some means and winnings, all on down my neck, cause a quarter brick. I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put Prada on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow, and my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like I'm Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes ready to like pig. Condo like the pharmacy, I got codeine in my fridge. Bestie, I just hit my friend, told her catch me. I'ma lick her skin, she so precious. Might not fuck again, she too messy, but hit and no flexing. Rose gold on a mess, drop 210, car came with no 10. You don't gotta, you the dough, you can hop in front of tip, boy, 9 in the vent, like by dying and get spent. I got 2 B's on my bosses and a 30 in a bit. I know niggas granted immunity, still didn't tell 12 shit. I got skeletons in my closets and they scared of me and shit. Miss Marcellas under the bed, screaming rock me kid. I put water on my head and she got CC. Couple ops played dead and they still got hit. I done bent lil' mama's spine, but it still ain't my kid. Only reason I answer my line is cause she drank my spit. No cap. I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put Prada on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow, and my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like I'm Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes.
Today, we're going to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. Ew, gross. College football, honorable mentions for the upcoming college football playoffs. And let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. Bro, you're doing trick shot home runs from, by the way, a former Ray who couldn't hit shit. Now the Orioles got him. Now he's fucking Barry Bonds. Doing trick shot home runs, Goots. And you can't even get within 10 games of 500, but you can do trick shot home runs. Never seen that before in my life. That's the most Orioles shit I've ever seen. How is Aaron Judge, the face of the league, Captain America, hopping on a plane before the game even ends? That doesn't make sense when it rattles around in my brain. To be honest, that pisses me off. Actually, no way. Unbelievable rage bait. Was that a target attack? Why were there 20 people at once coming in?
Pretty good at it, you guys, not gonna lie.
I think I found somebody involved in baseball I hate more than Aaron Judge. This guy right here, this geezer who thinks he's playing left field. Worse than a Disney adult. 4 straight years, Jovan. Look at this one. This one got overturned because he's diving over the... He almost fell on the field. What a loser. What is going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 746 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your 2 hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you are not using Bookit Sports every day, if you're not using it to track your bets, to see what other cappers, other bettors are on, or the other 100 features on that puppy, go check out Bookit Sports on the App Store or Google Play. I promise once you do, you're going to keep using that puppy every single day. And yes, that is Jovan in a Rangers hat. Wow. That's the first time I've seen Jovan support the Rangers, I think, in my entire life.
I've worn it before.
I've never seen you in that hat once.
I've for sure worn it before.
W new hat.
Can confirm he's worn it before.
Definitely worn it before.
Yeah.
Definitely has.
It's
Good.
on
Mark
today
that down
for a
on the
reason.
Jovan hat marker.
Doesn't mean it's not a shit hat.
Yeah, shit. I mean, it's a bad program out there, but hopefully not today.
Speaking of shit, our plays yesterday were shit.
Yeah, it was some
Shit.
Horrific program.
What we don't need is... Where'd it go? What we don't need is Jackal LVS coming in here in the Twitch saying Krabs are going to lock in. We don't need emotional picks fam after one bad day. That's not what we need, is people in the chat thinking that they run the ship and that they can tell us what to do. No, that's not what we need. What we need is Swoller Bear coming in, dropping a 10-unit sub whale. Bang.
Wow.
What we need is support. What we need is a bounce back day. What we need is some heart, some grit. Dig the fucking feet in, lock the fuck in, and give you guys some bounce back winners after a shit day yesterday. Let's not forget about the great day Monday. Great day Monday, shit day yesterday. Today we're bouncing back. We're going to have an even better day than Monday. I already know it. Okay? W's. And again, sure, you can chirp for the Aaron Judge talk. Yep. You could chirp. I did not lose any coins on that yesterday, but yeah, I mean,
Krabs,
it's not like I faded him, but
I don't know why you just chose to do that to yourself. It's like you were asking for it.
maybe I was.
It's not even that has nothing to do with me like trying to shove the bet in your face. It's just the fact that you knew he was going to hit something after you were saying shit.
I mean, a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. It's been almost 3 weeks.
Like 40 nuts.
It's been almost, I mean, he's 6'7". He's a big squirrel. He should find a lot of nuts. It's been almost 3 weeks since Aaron Judge hit a home run. We knew he would do it at some point. I'm going to get my licks in while I still can. I couldn't talk any shit for the first 3 months of the season. The guy was hitting 400s. Excuse me, if when the guy is hurt, when the guy is sucking for 2.5 weeks, if I want to get a little talk in, if I want to get a little chirp in, excuse me. Sorry. Had to be done. I'll deal with the consequences. And he hit 1 home run. Ooh, boo-hoo. I'm scared. Couldn't be less scared. We'll see how he finishes the season. Okay? We got the YouTube chat up and moving. YouTube chatters, let me hear you scream. We got Team Comeback in there. We got Andrew and that NC State logo lurking. We got Haven Hunter, my 3 goats who are in here every single day at the beginning of BTL in the YouTube chat, dropping chats, getting involved. Love to see you guys in here once again. What's good, Brady? Good to see you, my man. And yes, Vanis, Trent has been locked. Trent has been locked in the last 2 weeks. It's good to see. Let's hope he keeps it up. It's a long game. It's a marathon, not a sprint, folks. We'll see if he keeps it up. He's been locked. He said that Aaron Judge and Shohei were going to go off yesterday. Really hot takes there. And what do you know they did? Crazy takes there, right? Red Tube, let me hear you scream. I want to see some more chats. We got Zay64 Hundo here. We got Raimundo Cantu coming in. What's good, boys? Hope you're doing well, Raimundo. Hope you're ready to have a day like we are. OSRS Matt getting involved. Money Talk Sports. We got Dayton Holter in there. Sure. Who sucks off Shohei more, Trent or Ben Verlander? I'm starting to think Ben Verlander might be on Shohei's payroll. That guy.
It's definitely Ben.
Yeah, Ben.
It might be Ben Verlander. That guy, yeah. That we don't need to go into specifics, but that guy has a secret love affair for Shohei Ohtani.
Does tricks on it, man.
Like Shohei doesn't know you, little bro.
He's bouncing.
Oh. Austin Rendy's coming in, dropping a subby, and again, Swoller Bear getting the hype train moving a groove and dropping a 10-unit sub whale. I bet he believes. He believes in a BTL bounce back today. We got Sade Whiteman, Death, Taxes, and Sade Whiteman coming in, dropping a 5-unit sub bang every single day.
Just sets the
every
tone,
single day.
dude. Sets the tone.
Have you guys not noticed? Have you guys not noticed at all? Sade coming in here every day for the last month. Legitimately every day for the last month coming in here, dropping at least 5 subbies. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. W Crab, I had to chirp for that Braves and Judge. Yes, I deserve all the chirps for the Braves. I will chirp myself for the Braves as he comes in and gives 5 subbies after chirping. That's how it's fucking done, Jack.
That's hard.
Attaboy.
Love that, Jack.
It's not personal. It's just business. LC, sorry for Jacob Lopez. I mean, yeah, I love that square too. Who would have known the guy would have 4 straight shutouts? Although he is a Krabs guy. Lefty.
Krabs guy.
Stud. Been on fire. I was all over that square as well. I would have taken it if you didn't. That's not on you. We had to take that chart. You kidding me? You live with the results there. Bryce Terang might be the biggest trap in baseball today. I'm falling for it. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Money Talk says, I mean, the Brew Crew are on fuego. Trent did tweet out, though, he is nuking the Brewers today. So we'll see how that goes.
Regardless of
we'll
what
see
you
how
think
that goes.
about who's winning the game, Keller's going to shove in that one.
We got a couple good games today on the Diamonds. Couple good games today. We got that game. We've got the 2 besties facing off against each other in the Rangers and Diamondbacks game here. Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
2 buds.
Oh, yeah.
That game starts up here in 2 hours-ish. That'll be a fun little afternoon sweat. We'll talk about that one. Don't you guys worry. Jovan, why don't we go ahead and start recapping the plays from yesterday, get them over with, get that sharp report in and out of here. It was always the fish. And yes, Trent, I will give you your flowers. You deserve them. You deserve them. The square you gave in that game. And of course, now I'm blanking on the kid's name. Was it Dane?
Dane Myers.
Dane Myers.
Bookie
Great
Myers.
square there from Trent. I'll give him some credit. Some shit squares from us. That we went 2 for 4 on the squares. J-Rod did not score. Aaron Judge, he did his thing. Nick Lofton stunk it up. And Spencer Strider, I mean, is bad. He's bad. Your Rays are bad as well.
Very bad. Very bad.
They're bad. Not as bad as my Nats, but they're bad.
Very bad.
Real quick, leave this up, Goots. Jovan, little reality check. Not the biggest deal. Not the end of the world. But we deserve a chirp. I deserve a chirp. You deserve a chirp. Why the fuck are we betting the Orioles, the Pirates, and the Braves?
Great question. Great question.
Why? Why did our brains, for some reason, take down all these rules that we've been following all MLB season, making coins on? Why did we just say yesterday we didn't have to follow those rules? I don't know. We learned our lesson.
Fair.
Good reminder yesterday, right? Good reminder. Keep the quail shit teams out of it. Keep the teams that are fake sharp out of it. And I'm mainly talking about my Braves. I'm really pissed about the fucking squad ride, man. What was I thinking? I have been the one guy out there saying, don't fucking bet on the Braves all season. All season. And then yesterday I caved. Unbelievable. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's on me. That's on me. I apologize. Terrible, terrible wager on the Braves. Terrible wager backing Spencer Strider, who, by the way, stinks. If you watch him pitch up there, he couldn't give two shits either. He's so checked out. He has no emotion. He's up there like a little scared weasel on the bump. Scared weasel. He stinks. The Mets, Pete Alonso, how about 2 for you? How about breaking the Mets records? They hit so many home runs last night, they ran out of fireworks. They do fireworks after every home run up there, Jovan, in Citi Field. I swear to God, I saw a graphic. I saw a picture of the scoreboards in the outfield. They ran out of fireworks because they hit so many home runs against Strider and the Braves.
That is just...
You don't see that often. Grimace might be back. That's on me for calling him washed. I apologize. How about Trot's picks coming in? Trots
fucking.
Trots.
Goat.
Come on, Trots. What do you say, kid? All right, apology accepted. Let's go, Krabs. W. Jesus. I take full responsibility for that terrible squad ride yesterday and for some reason thinking that I could bet the Braves. That was on me. Hype train level 6. Wow. Great way to start the show today. And Trot's picks, you're him. Jack, LLVS, you're him. Sade Whiteman, you're him. Pega coming in, resubbing. Pega, you don't got to sub and spend coins on that, but you're goated. Thank you, Pega. Thank you, Pega. Sade Whiteman, Austin Rendies as well squeaked in with a subby. Swoller Bear, a 10-piece. You're fucking goated. We appreciate all you guys. Thank you. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Trent says, legit, I've never gotten this many 5U subs. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe if you don't take hiatus for half the month in the streams in the summer, then you probably get more subs.
Yeah, it would probably be goated.
That'd probably help, right?
Probably be good.
I'm no scientist, but it certainly wouldn't hurt. It certainly wouldn't hurt. But hey, Trent, you stay this dialed like you've been the last 2 weeks through the football season. You might see those subbies return. Who knows?
Yeah, not a shot.
Who knows? Yep, looks like Benny Betts. This was his Super Bowl last night, folks. He was waiting to hate for probably a month and a half, and he's here to talk his shit. Strider Fantasy, Strider under 4.5 hits allowed, and Braves ML, I bet. Well, we never even gave out Strider Fantasy, Benny Betts, but you can make shit up if it makes you feel better. Hope that makes you feel good, Benny Betts. Hope that makes your day hating on other people who are grinding and giving out plays for free. That wouldn't make my day better because I'm a good person, but if that makes your day better, Benny Betts, all power to you, my man. All power to you, freedom of speech. All right, Benny, have a great rest of your day, my man. We got Austin Rendies coming in with another 5-unit sub whale. Let's go, Austin Rendies.
Yeah, Trent's done. Trent's just...
Let's go, Austin Rendies. Another 5-unit sub whale. Come on. Come on. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Hella subs coming in on a Wednesday. Hella support coming in on a Wednesday after a shit day yesterday. You guys know it. We know it. We owe you some winners. We owe you
Level
some
7 hype
winners.
train before a single play is discussed. Trent, whenever.
Hype train level 7 before we've even talked about a single play for today? Sure. Spite subs are moving and grooving. Shit's insane. I get spoon-fed cake, no subs, all good. Yeah, Trent, that 4-man we crafted with you, me, Trent, or you, me, LC, and Jovan, you were the only person that came through and hit your square.
Terrific.
So I will tip cap. Oh, how about another sub bang for
Randope with
Randope?
5.
Wow.
Goats.
What is going on? Unbelievable. Miguel, I've been talking about the YouTube chat all day. Good to see you lurking in the YouTube, my man. W's. Appreciate you. I shouted out all the goats in the beginning of the show today. Good to see you getting in here, Miguel. Sure you can. All right, you guys are fucking awesome. Let's keep moving and grooving. We got another subby, though. Ian228488. I repeat, Ian228488. Ian, you're him. If nobody's told you this today, Ian, remember this. Write this down, Ian. You're him. Or as Goots would say, you're himming. You're himming. Attaboy. Goots, you have a good time at the ball game last night?
Nope, didn't.
Hey, stock up on Dean's meats, though.
Yeah, so it was fun to watch Dean shove. The suite was great. Buff chick sliders.
Wow.
Extra jumbo hot dogs and a couple beverages. It was good.
Okay.
The
Bagels.
maybe quickest game of all time. 0 offense.
Yeah.
Bagels.
I think 1-0 losses is about as brutal as it gets.
And it put a cap on that season. It's just
That was already a cap. Okay.
That's what it's been like.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that perfectly encapsulates the Orioles season.
Yep.
Nice 1-0 nail biter there. Money Talk Sports, Krabs, what do you eat today? Protein. I did not have a piece of chicken breast today for lunch. And it shows. Not his diet.
Non-basic gamer coming in with a 43-monther. Followed by Green Guy with a 5-piece.
Wow. Holy shit.
My
Subbies.
Sploogers.
Subbies. All right, we're going to keep moving and grooving here. I know we got to talk about some of these plays. We got to talk some football before we dive into the plays for today. Luckily, today is a W Wednesday. Sometimes on Wednesdays, you got an MLB slate. The games are already started up by now. I fucking hate that. All the games today start after BTL. That's kind of fire. Let's clap it up for that. They all start at 2:10 p.m. Eastern or later. Love to see that. So we will have time to talk about any of these games that have early starts. We'll have time to talk about my favorite game of the day, Arizona and Texas, Gallon versus Kelly. That one should be pretty good. I did drop a 2-piece on Prize Picks. If anybody wants to tail for the early games, if you want to get involved, I will drop the link while we segue here to some NFL talk here. Why don't we get to talking about the Eagles? Ugh, gross. Fucking hate talking about the Eagles. Love fading the Eagles. Didn't work too well last season, if I'm being honest. But real quick, if you guys want to tail the 2-piece, the link is in the Twitch chat for the early games. And it is Merrill Kelly, more than 17.5 pitching outs. And it's Joey Ortiz, less than 3.5 fantasy score. Okay. That game actually does start up here in a couple, I believe.
Yeah, in an hour.
Oh, maybe not.
The Brewers one does.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. W's. We got Money Talks lurking in the YouTube, still holding it down after all the subs. Trent not going to load up Surge. No, he'll load it up. He'll load that puppy up. He's locked in right now. All right, let's talk about the Eagles. What a year for the Eagles. A bad year for Eagles haters like me. Bad year for Jalen Hurts haters like me. I'll own it. But let's be real here. It was Saquon that carried that fucking offense. Sure, Jalen Hurts made a couple big throws. Helps when you have Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert for a couple games. You better make some fucking throws. You get some great receivers out there. You got a great O-line. You got a great coach. You got a great owner. Great GM. Sky's the limit for the Eagles, right? Certainly they run it back. Well, if anybody knows the NFC East, you know that there's probably a pretty solid chance we see this Eagles team regress, even if it's just a hair. I'm not saying they're going to miss the playoffs. Okay, but what I will say is they're not winning the division. No team has won the division in back-to-back years in the NFC East since 2007, Jovan. 2007. Are we going to catch the falling knife and bet that?
Back-to-back
change this year?
Didn't they just do that?
No.
Didn't they? Thought they just won it 2 years in a row.
Let me say.
So who won it? Who won it 2 years ago? Was it not them?
They did not win it. The Cowboys won it in 2023. The Cowboys won it in 2023. Like I said, no team has won the division in back-to-back games. Appreciate you trying to keep me honest there. No team has won the division in back-to-back years since 2007. Guys, I know this division like the back of my fucking hand. They're not breaking that. They're not breaking that streak, respectfully. Saquon's already talking about early retirement, sneak retirement. Fucking month after he wins a Super Bowl. Come on. Come on. We know it's going to be a different team. Will it be the Commanders? Probably. Could it be the Cowboys this year? Certainly. Nobody believes in them at all. I think one of those two teams could certainly win the division. If there was a bet to take the Eagles not to win the division, I would take that. But we'll talk about my best bet and Javon's best bet for this team here in a moment. Let's talk about the new additions to this team. None. Zero. Zip. They don't add shit. They don't get any better. Besides their draft picks, they got nothing. Their whole team's coming back from last year. Whole squad. Sorry, their long snapper. They got a new long snapper. Certainly that makes a change. When all the other teams in the division are getting better, when the Cowboys are trading for a wide receiver too, when Dak Prescott's in the best shape of his life, when the Commanders are adding new pieces. They might not look too great in camp or practice or in their preseason game so far, but when the Commanders are beefing up that roster and add new pieces, the Eagles are staying stagnant. In my opinion, chat, this is the perfect time to fade the Eagles. And again, don't take them to miss the playoffs. I've gotten too cute with that over the years. That's not the move here, especially not in the NFC. They're probably going to squeak in with a wild card, but they're not winning the division. And I'll tell you right now, Jovan, they're not winning 12 games.
Sure.
Nope. They're not winning 12 games. 11 tops. I'm thinking more like 10 here. You're going to see the Giants be better this year. They're going to play better against teams like the Eagles and teams in their division. The Cowboys as well, after just an atrocious season last year. The Commanders have some revenge on their minds. You don't think they want to beat the crap and sweep the Eagles after getting embarrassed in the conference championship last year? I certainly think Jaden Daniels has that game, both games circled against the Eagles this year. My goodness. And the Eagles have a really tough first place schedule. So, yeah, I want to fade the Eagles. And I think it's pretty funny seeing them minus 125 to the under on their win total. A great sign. And who the fuck is betting this, respectfully, besides us in the chat and me? So I think this is a great wager. I think you see the Eagles take a little bit of a step back. I love fading teams coming off a Super Bowl win. I love fading teams selling high after a great season because you could get away with that in the NFL, besides the Chiefs, who are just the anomaly. Every other time I've done this, knock on wood, I've found success. Sell high. The Eagles are coming in this season fat, happy, and complacent. They didn't add shit to the team. They didn't add shit. They're not getting any better. They're getting worse. And the teams around them in the division, all three of them, have gotten significantly better this offseason. Under 11.5 wins.
I'd be in on that. I'd certainly be in on 11, even if they land right there. For me, I agree with everything you said, and this is supposed to be a Saquon less than. Fading him after splooging for him all year last year. Just almost set the all-time NFL rushing record. He's on the Madden cover, injury-free season, which is something that Saquon hasn't been able to say for any season of his career. Now, I think it's not only the fact that you're expecting some regression from Saquon and the offensive line for that matter, but the Eagles were dominant last year when I was slurping them for a lot of the season and into the playoffs. They're the only team in the NFL to have a lead in every single game they played in the regular season, which is crazy to think about. So the game script was almost always in the Eagles' favor, which makes it much easier for you to lean on a guy like Saquon. And when you have that offensive line that's being dominant, what the fuck else do you need to do? That's why people were bitching about Jalen Hurts being a game manager when in reality he's just a good quarterback. People don't want to accept that yet, but it's because he didn't have to be put in all those situations because Saquon was running for 2,000 fucking yards. Now, this year, you think it's going to be a lot more of a passing game script, so I fully agree with that. I think you're going to see Jalen Hurts throw the ball a lot more, and you're not going to need Saquon run for that many yards. And obviously, you're not wishing injury on him, but I think it's
No,
decently
never
likely
would.
that you're probably going to get some injury, at least if it's nagging, or you're going to be a little cautious with him if you pick something up throughout the year, especially with, the rock of that offensive line. You can argue at least the interior of it. Landon Dickerson is going to be out for the year, it seems. So now it's a little different of a look for Saquon in that offense, where I think you're going to have to sling the ball a little more. And, the schedule they face is a little tougher against the run than they faced last year. So I will be fading him this year and feeling pretty good about it.
Same. Fade Saquon, fade the Eagles. And again, guys, the Eagles aren't winning 6 games. They're not going to fall off a fucking cliff. That's not what I'm up here saying. They're not falling off a cliff Kingsbury. Okay? But 10 wins, 11 wins, shit, maybe even 9 wins in a really tough division. Guys, the NFC East is back. You're going to see it this year in full force. Guys, the NFC Championship last year, both teams are from the NFC East, and the division got better this year. Think about that for a second. Nobody's talking about it. Better. The Cowboys and the Giants both got better. The Commanders got better. The Eagles, I'm not seeing it. Fat, happy, complacent. That's what I'm seeing from the Eagles. Cannot wait to fade this team. And they're annoying ass fans. Scumbag fans. Cannot wait to fade them. We got Drew0312 in the chat. What's going on, fellas? Let's have a day. Yes, sir, Drew. Why not us? 2 words. Let's have a day. Green guy coming in, dropping 5 subbies. You're goated. Non-basic gamer. I think we already shouted you out, but I'll do it again. 43 months. Can an OG get a shout out? You're goddamn right you can. A sneak OG, non-basic gamer. You're goated. Yeah, that graphic is wrong. W call out Trot's picks. Thank you. That graphic is wrong. And it's immediately fixed right in front of our eyeballs. Goots, you're him. Daniel, you're him. Appreciate you, 2 goats. Great work. Great work. Richie says, I have a good feeling about Dallas, and I usually hate every team from my home states. Oh, boy. I'm really excited to talk about Dallas and the Commanders to close out this week. So be there bright and early tomorrow and Friday on BTL, and we'll talk about 2 teams that I'm pretty high on in the Big 2-5. Okay?
Sure.
All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Tanner Lindsay, good to see you lurking in the YouTube as well. Austin says, injury, only way that square doesn't hit.
No,
Love the play. Jovan. I don't know how he loves the play and says the injury is the only way that square doesn't hit, but
I assume he was talking about the more than, because that was up there on the graphic.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
He ain't getting 14-26, injury or not.
Ciroc, TMA is retired. TMA is retired. Okay? Appreciate you getting involved, though. It's okay if you guys take breaks over the summer, but you better come back with a vengeance for football season.
Sure.
Right? As long as you come back for a vengeance during football. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk some college football here real quick. W Eagles hate. W college football talk. Iowa State. The Cyclones. Cyclones had a sneaky good year last year.
They did.
Not a lot of people are talking about it. They were a sneaky 11-3 last year. Holy shit. They got a good QB. They got a great coach. Let's also not forget this team they had players betting on the games a couple of years ago, which is just crazy, which if you actually bet on this Iowa State team for the last 5 years, you would see it. There'd be times you could tell. There'd be times I'd be sitting at the bar on the weekend watching some football with the buddies on a Saturday, and I'd say, what the fuck kind of throw is that? Guy throws a pick wide open, pick 6, or just a crazy fumble out of nowhere. You could tell. And I'm honestly surprised more kids didn't get in trouble on that team. But look, you cannot expect that sketchy situation to happen again after those kids got caught, right? That would be dumber than John Mateer putting sports betting in his Venmo if Iowa State got caught again in some sort of sports betting scandal. So the reason I'm bringing this up is I'm thinking that this Iowa State team stays pretty locked in, just like they were last year, after all the bullshit the last couple of years. Matt Campbell, in my opinion, a top 10 coach in college football. Does not get the respect he deserves. Does a lot with not much up there with the Cyclones. Am I a hair worried about this team? The fact that they did not add a lot of additions in the portal, you could look at it both ways. Number one, they got a lot of guys returning. But number two, yes, they're a big name school that was really good last year that did not hit the portal extremely hard, which does worry me a hair. I'll tell you what else worries me a hair. Their win total being pretty low at 7.5. Worries me a little bit. After they had 11 wins last season. I'm not going to go around fading it. I am relatively high on this Iowa State Cyclones team. But I'm more high on their defense, and I'm more high just on their QB in general. little bit worried about them losing some seriously good receivers from last season. And they bring in a couple kids who just don't impress me too much. I need to see it with Chase Sewell and Xavier Townsend, who really have not just done much in their career. So I need to see it. I need to see it with the new pieces on the Cyclones. Do I trust Rocco Becht? Yeah, this kid was born to play QB. Dad's a coach. I think his dad's still an XFL coach. I think he's actually the St. Louis Battlehawks coach in their UFL. Now, excuse me.
No way.
They're one of the better teams in the UFL every year. This kid was born to play QB. He's been groomed by his pops to play QB his whole fucking life. He gets it. He's darn good. And he's only a junior. This would be a kid that shines this year and next year. He's already shown flashes the last 2 years. He actually started as a freshman for this team. So he's got a lot of experience as a junior still. But did they add enough in the portal? Did they do enough to, live up to the hype and run back another 11-win season? I don't know. I'm a hair concerned. I think their defense will be good again. Their defense is always good. Matt Campbell always puts out a great defense out there, 9 times out of 10. But will their offense be good enough to win 11 games again? I don't know if they're getting 11. They might get 8. They might sneak over their win total here, but thought that was a little bit sketch. Seeing their win total at 7.5 after an 11-win season. So I'm not buying too much into Iowa State. If I had to, lean one way, I'd say I do think they play pretty well, and I think they go over their win total, but not by much. I trust Rocco Becht. I trust Coach. And I always trust the Cyclones defense, but their schedule's not easy. Jovan, thoughts on the Cyclones before we move on to my best bet?
Yeah, pretty challenging road. I also just hate, we talked about this for Kansas State too. I feel like that Ireland game really throws off the momentum of a season. Starting like you're not just the fact that it's like an early game where you're making the trip, but it's also a Big 12 game, which is just like, I hate that to start the season, regardless of the way the game turns out. Because honestly, I think they might win that. But other than that, the schedule is pretty tough, and they're always like one of the more underrated, not talked about teams in the Big 12, and they just show up and they're magically good and winning games, especially like the 50-50 ones.
Yep.
This year, though, I'm not quite as sold on everything, and part of that's obviously because the Big 12 as a whole is so much better, so there's a lot more competition with who's going to be one of those top teams. But I don't know if I'm there with them reaching ceiling, but I can certainly see a world where they get 8.
Wow. By the way, I agree with you. I think we're in the exact same spot here with this team. I think last year was their breakout season. This year, they might take a hair of a little bit back, right? They might take a small step back.
Yeah.
Dylan Cruz expected to be activated from the IL. If I was coach, I'd send him back down to the minors for the rest of the season and try to manipulate his eligibility. That's what I would do. It's not like he's going to re-sign with us anyways. He's a Boris client. I think he's fucking re-signing in DC. You might as well screw him over and do what's best for the team. Get another year out of him. It's not like he's re-signing, right?
There's good.
This is where I'm at with the Nats. Could be an Oriole. Thanks, Goots.
Oriole.
Thanks, Goots. Goots, you think the Orioles are spending money on anybody in free agency? Your biggest signing last year was Charlie fucking Morton.
That is just...
Keep it
No,
quiet.
it was Ramon Laureano, who has an over 800 OPS.
Well, that move worked out great, but that was not a big move. That move worked out
At the
really
moment,
well.
it wasn't, but turned out to be pretty good.
So did the
I don't know why I'm
Morton
defending the
move.
team right now. Let's move on.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What are you doing, dude? You went
You
to
just
a
went in there to
1-0
watch a
loss last
fucking
night.
bagel, man. You got in the suite for bagels.
Okay.
You can talk about Dean's Meats all you want, but don't be back in the O's today. Not after yesterday. Come on.
Dean's Meats.
Come on. Good to see LC lurking in the chat. This is Tech's conference and everybody's just living in it. Yeah.
No, it has never been Tech's conference and never will be.
A lot of Tech hype this year. Unfortunately for me, not Virginia Tech, but a lot of Tech hype this year. I could see it. I might not be as bought in as everybody else, but they're a very trendy team. Yeah. All right. LC, good to see you lurking in the chat. Do me a favor, LC. Go check out that Merrill Kelly 17.5 pitching out square up there on Prize Picks for your Rangers game. I think he shoves today. I think both those guys shoved today. Two buddies facing off on the bump. Kind of a narrative I want to lean into today, actually. Like the first 5 under. I think both guys pitch pretty darn well. And I really like that square. More than 17.5 pitching outs for Mr. Merrill Kelly, KBO legend. Okay? All right. Let's move. Let's groove. W Rambo boys in the chat. I saw the trailer. It looked fire. Good to see you boys up and moving. All right. Jovan, I'm going with a nasty best bet for the Cyclones. It's a yearly tradition. I take this bet every year. Last year, I got absolutely screwed on a over winning kick in the Georgia Tech Florida State game in the first game of the season. And I think we were at Billy's for that game at Pickett at the Park last year. We were at Billy's for something because I remember being very drunk watching that on the big old TV and being an absolute quail shit when the kicker kicked a field goal buzzer beater at the end of the second quarter to kick the first half under. So I'm running it back this year. First game of the season, Iowa State, Kansas State. I play this bet every year. I win more than I lose. You guys can get involved if you'd like. The first half under in the first game of the college football season. Get involved. Expecting a shaky start in a different country, unfamiliar territory. And as long as there's no fluke shit, should be good to go here. And hey, if they're going to score points, if you're worried about the high total in this game, which you probably shouldn't be because it's actually dropping below 50 now for the full game. If you're worried about the full game total, yeah, if you're getting points in this game, they're coming in the second half after a halftime adjustment. They're not coming when the lights are bright and everybody in the fucking world is watching these kids out there running around playing in Ireland. Also, why the fuck is Iowa State and Kansas State playing in Ireland? I'll say it. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Doesn't give me.
I guess it's cool. I
sense,
just don't get it, man. Go play in front of your home crowd. Those fans deserve it. Those students deserve it. That's the coolest part about college football. Maybe I'm biased because
especially
of,
a
Lane Stadium
game,
and
dude.
Maybe I'm biased, but it's a big game. You're playing over there in Ireland. Come on.
Iowa State's got one of the weirdest non-conference schedules. So they got to go play that, or I guess not non-conference, but I'm including this game just for sake of argument. Weird beginning of the seasons. They play this game, then they have the Iowa little game where that's a big game at home. Then the very next week
go play South Dakota before that.
Yeah, and then they ended by going at Arkansas State.
Yep.
Who scheduled that? Literally,
I don't know.
I don't know why they still go there because I'm pretty sure, what was it, like 2 years ago, they went to Ohio and lost, which wasn't really their fault. But
they're probably not going to lose to Arkansas State, but Arkansas State's a gritty squad.
Just like, why would you play there?
Slouch.
Why would you play there?
I don't know. Austin Rendies, if you can't see the season longs up on your Prize Picks board, it's probably because they got rid of them in your state, just like me. Just like me. Moose.
Yeah.
They went away from me about 4 days ago. Brutal.
Dude, this first half
like a dagger to the heart.
Might be.
Yeah, first half under. Lights will be bright. Offenses come out a little shaky. You got Avery Johnson, who I believe in, but I don't believe in the first game of the season. We've seen what that guy does when the lights are bright. He usually sits down leg. I think he'll maybe get going in the second half or get going towards the middle of the season. I'm not expecting him to go out there and absolutely shine right off the rip in Ireland. Yeah. And then Rocco Becht, another, relatively younger QB who has a lot of pressure. He's got to carry this offense with not a great receiving core, a running back who, I mean, if you look at his, numbers from last year as a backup, well, nothing really that crazy. He's got to do it all himself this year, and he certainly is capable. But you think he's going to go out there and just start throwing dots in the first half of the fucking season when the lights are bright and all 8 billion people on earth are watching this game? Probably not.
Probably not, because both these teams too have pretty much almost whole new receiving cores. So I would assume they're probably going to be running the rock a lot the entire first week, especially the first half.
Right? Tick, tick, tick. Keep that clock running. Sure. All right. Iowa State talk. Let's move on to Jovan's college football playoff honorable mention squad. Wow. UTSA. Sure.
Yeah. I want to talk about them because I like them. Obviously, I'm going with more the Memphis route than the American, but UTSA is getting a lot of, I guess, college football playoff hype just because somebody wants to take teams that are other than pretty much other than Boise State. So, they're a great team that ended strong last year. They started off horrendous, and then they had the magical, I guess, Florida comparison run towards the end of last year where they won a bunch of games. They looked so much better. Maybe that was because they had Memphis's playbook. Who knows? But this offense is fun, and the team bring back pretty much everybody. I think there's 2 new starters that are going to be on this team. The entire offense remains intact for the most part. I guess not for the most part. The entire starting offense is going to be back, which is great because they have some really fun weapons outside of Owen McCown. Robert Henry's goated. He's a running back. Willie McCoy, Devin McEwen are just unbelievable receivers, super explosive receivers. So that offense is always going to be fun. They're going to be at a bunch of shootouts. The defense got to cut a little bit better with those 2 new starters. One, they bring in Chad Banks from TCU. He's kind of goated, but The defense really can't be much worse. And they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. And when I look at their schedule this year, Krabs, like outside of they play at Texas A&M first week, so obviously a wash there. But throughout the rest of their schedule, let me rattle it off for you. They did lose to Texas State pretty bad last year. That might be a tough game. We'll see. It is at UTSA, but
Texas State, weird team last year. They were supposed to be great.
Weird
They
team.
weren't, but they had a couple big wins. Right?
Yeah, now they're a little barren, and that game was at the beginning of the year when the hype was still there. So they open up post Texas A&M with that game. Incarnate Word, Colorado State, Temple, Rice, North Texas, Tulane, USF, Charlotte, ECU, Army. That's their entire schedule outside of Tulane. Because really, like when I look at UTSA, I'm just like, what defenses are going to be able to stop them and be good enough on offense so like their defense is going to be able to keep up outside of Tulane and like maybe USF. That's a game at USF in Tampa at Raymond James. I don't see a defense that's stopping them really at all. So like this offense, while you're going to be in a bunch of shootouts, I think they're going to be able to keep up in every single game except for Texas A&M. And the Tulane game is still weird because that's a home Thursday night game too. That's just the best defense they faced by a wide margin. So like this offense is going to be fucking good. And they avoid, I guess, Memphis and Navy and some of the trickier games. Like their schedule set up pretty nicely for them to go on a little run here. So my best bet, while I don't think they'll have a playoff ceiling, I do think they're going to get 8 wins and be a team that's extremely tricky to face in the AAC. So like I said, I don't think outside of like, I don't want to say even anything outside of Texas A&M is a guaranteed loss. They're going to have some in there, of course, but the Tulane spot is tricky again. It's at home. So, I mean, anything can happen. I say they lose one of the Tulane and USF games. One's home, one's away. They lose to Texas A&M. They can lose like one of those weird non-conference games if they really choose so between Texas State and Colorado State. The American schedule they have is just extremely favorable, especially for a team like them. So I think this is an 8-win team at the very least. I could see them winning 9 games. I don't know about 10 if they're going to reach that ceiling, but with such a veteran-laden team, when you have this entire rest of the AAC that's pretty much overhauled at every level of talent, even with Memphis, who I'm super high on, they're replacing pretty much every starter. And it's a lot of, I guess, not youth in Memphis's case because they're super experienced, but this whole team's coming back. There's not much continuity in the American coming back. It's like this team's going to be tricky. I think they're an 8-win team.
I could see it. They had a tougher schedule, I feel like, last year, and they actually finished the season pretty strong last year with an upset against Memphis. Crazy. They crushed North Texas. They crushed Temple as they should.
That Memphis game might not count. People were saying that's the playbook game.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
They also had like the
crazy game
snuck in between their little run. The one game they lost was that crazy Tulsa game where I think they were up by like 4 touchdowns and choked and lost by 1.
Okay.
So really
they fought hard with a ranked Army team at the end of the year. They destroyed Coastal in their bowl game. They certainly had some momentum towards the end of the season, and they have a stud QB in Owen McCown. I'm in.
Goat.
I'm in. We got Chigs 6'9" coming in hot. I repeat, Chigs 6'9" coming in hot with a resub here, 21 months. Go. Thank you, Chigs. You're him. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Enough football talk. WUTSA talk. They're going to be a sleeper pick to watch out for in the Big 2-5. With Owen McCown at QB, anything's possible.
Yeah, he's so good.
Why did he stay? Why did he stay? He could have gone to Notre Dame if he wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know about Notre Dame.
He's better than the QBs I got up there this year.
Could have gone to VT.
Talk about the plays for today, boys.
Well, if he could have gone to Notre Dame, he definitely could have gone to VT.
No, he's not better. He is not better than CJ Carr.
He's not.
CJ Carr might not even start.
Krabs.
That's not because he's bad. That's
CJ Carr is not looking too great at camp, and the other kids are shining.
Krabs.
Shining.
Krabs.
I'm just talking about what I'm seeing from the beat reporters.
Move on.
Every team's in a QB competition with a new quarterback.
Maybe wait to lock in any CJ Carr season squares. I don't want to waste your time there because he might not even play.
Krabs.
He might not even play.
He doesn't start. I will lock in a VT national championship future.
Okay, deal.
Me too. Let's talk about the Orioles, folks. Here we go.
Favorite play today, Mini Meg vibes over in the Orioles game.
Wow.
Favorite play today, Mini Meg vibes over in the Orioles game. Jovan, how many times in the last couple months have I come up here and given an over?
Not too many times. And it's, knock on wood, gone pretty well.
I fucking hate overs. I hate them. I hate their guts. They're too fun. And they almost never hit. Well, when one sticks out, when there's one I simply can't refuse, I'll bring it. And we've had some good success with these nasty overs. Knock on wood. I got another one here, folks. Mini Meg vibes. Logan Gilbert, Tyler Rogers have a combined what? Terrible mouth. Sub 5 ERA. Sub 5 ERA. Total in this game opens up at 9 after a 1-0 game last night involving Dean Kramer. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Banana, it opened up at 9. Down to 8.5. Of course it is. It was public under the day today. 2 stud pitchers. Logan Gilbert, stud on paper. But if you've actually watched baseball this year, you've known that he's very lucky and he looks like shit. He looks like a shell of himself up there on the bump. I'll say it. He does. He does. He does not look like Mom and Pa's Logan Gilbert. He doesn't. Lucky. You look at Rogers. Bless his heart. Great story. How long is this shit going to last, boys? How long is it going to last? At some point, he's going to get mucked. And I think it's today. I unfortunately think it's today. I like runs. I think Seattle stays hot. They stay on fire. Nobody's talking about it. The Seattle team is absolutely fuming on a winning streak right now. That's not stopping. They're going to get to Rogers. They could hit prime Mariano Rivera if he started and pitched all 9 innings. That's how hot they are right now. They could. They could. Also, prayers up for Mariano Rivera, one of the actually good guys in the pinstripes. He tore his Achilles in the Old Timers game over the weekend. That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's crazy. And then Rogers, on the other hand, you know he's getting mucked up. Gilbert looks like a shell of himself. The fact that this total opened up at 9, again, I talk about this all the time. Sometimes openers matter more than the closing line, or where the line's out right now. And this is the exact definition of that case. Exact definition of that case. Back the over in this game. I don't care if it closes at 8. Of course it's going to close at 8. Look at the pitchers on the bump. Look at the game from yesterday. Look at the bet splits. We'll check out Pick a Pro later. I haven't looked myself yet. I've looked at it a couple other places, but I guarantee you there'll be more bets and handle on that under. Fake sharp. Give me the over in this game. Mini Meg vibes. Runs in Camden tonight. Gucci were a night off.
Wow. You might have to get involved, man. You might have to get involved. I'm in.
We got DeAndre Tyree, who must be watching the show on a potato. He'll probably get this response here in about 30 minutes. He's a little behind. Krabs' Eagles take is worse than your Judge hate. DeAndre, we'll see, my man. If you bet the Super Bowl champion the following season, you might be homeless. You might be homeless.
Yeah.
He says Cowboys getting better without signing their best player. Their best player is going to play week 1. We all know it. We all know it.
The fact that he's sitting there for a couple weeks without an extension does certainly not make them worse. They will be fine.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. All right, let's move. Let's groove. W over. Again, let me repeat. Mini Meg vibes in that over in Camden. Flip it around, Gucci. Let's see what Jovan brought for today. Wow, I love this. Great start.
Welcome back, Hunter Green.
Great fucking start. Yep.
Ironic that this is the team he faces because it's almost like, I don't want to say a nightmare matchup in the sense that he's just going to go out there and struggle immensely, but this is like the perfect Hunter Green team to where when he's good in these at-bats, he's going to strike out, like depending on his leash. I don't really know what it is. He's going to strike out pretty much anybody he wants. But when he gives up contact to this lineup, it's going to be very fucking loud, especially in this park. So this screams the perfect Hunter Green start where he goes out there, again, depending on the leash. I don't know exactly what it is, but he's going to strike out 8 if he has a full leash, but also give up like 3 home runs to Schwarber, Bryce, Trey Turner, maybe the bottom of the lineup. He always gives up like a random one when he does to like Stott or JT Realmuto or one of those guys. So like the Phillies, they've been demolishing these pitchers that are super fastball heavy, especially that leave them over the zone. And Hunter Green, I'm unsure of what his off-speed command is going to look like. They're talking about in his rehab starts, it wasn't incredibly sharp, and that's why he was giving up a lot of loud contact there. So I'm interested to see if that lingers into this. But I don't think he's going to pitch incredibly well today. Again, like the strikeouts could absolutely be there. But again, the reason that I fade him, especially in Great American Ballpark, even though I don't want to at this point because it means absolutely nothing because the whole goat whale's on the IL. But This Phillies team is a bad matchup for the loud contact for him. So with Christopher Sanchez on the other side and the Reds team that hasn't been great against lefties, their numbers are starting to get a little better. Like Austin Hayes is helping that out. Andujar definitely helps that out a little bit. Worried about those guys, but I don't think they're winning this series. And I kind of thought that at the beginning of the series, so I'm going to stick to that.
In the simplest terms, you're fading a injury-prone pitcher in his first start back from an injury 8 times out of 10, knock on wood. That's going to go well. Keep riding the hot fills. Love to play.
Sure.
And again, Sanchez is one of those guys that you just don't fade. You back him or you do nothing. He's him.
Yeah.
He's him.
The Reds are starting to get into that, like, I guess, weird mode here as they're trying to push for the playoffs where they don't really do what makes sense. Like last night, there was absolutely no reason for them to hit off of Ranger Suarez. It really made no sense. And the same with the first game, the way that one goes the other way. So like now you get Hunter Green back after a big win, chance to win the series, and you just hit a relatively similar pitcher. It's Ranger Suarez last night. Feels like the writing might be on the wall.
Chad, it does look like that Merrill Kelly pitching out square is now off the boards. Sorry.
Oh.
That sucks. Because anybody want to lock in that 2-man for the day games, you're shit out of luck. That's why you got to keep the notice on X. That's why I got to check out my X page. Guys, I post every single book play and damn near every prize picks lineup I place. I fucking put on there on Twitter. Damn near every single one. Every straight bet I take is on there. It's also on Pickett. It's also in the Discord, WPEGA. And 99% of my prize picks lineups I put on Twitter.
It gave me such FOMO when we were in New York for a couple of days, being able to actually put straight bets on Pickett. It felt great. It felt fucking great.
Cool. It is cool. I'm just love being able to track my straight bets on Pickett. I get the cool graphic with all the plays on there. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. Cannot be freer or easier to use. The UI UX on Pickett is fire. It's some of the best you'll see for any app. W Pranav and W Bookit Squad for continuously killing it. Great app. Yeah, Austin, how would he be able to track his book plays when he lives in Texas on Pickett? You know?
Yeah. Shout out Texas.
Jovan should start posting his straight bets somewhere, maybe in the Discord. That'd be a nice little treat for the NFL season. It would make my day.
In the NFL, all of my straight bets are already on the Sharp Report now. In the NFL, it's a little different. So that'll be in the core.
All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Love that Phillies play. I thought about putting that on there myself. Got to fade Hunter Green in his start back. This one's personal, Jovan.
Yep.
Personal. All right. Swing it around for Bookit. How about the Red Sox team total under 3.5? Honestly, I love this play as well. I was bitching about how I didn't like this card today. And of course, now I have 2 plays that I really like. Red Sox team total under. The only way this doesn't hit is if the juice baseballs are still in town. Well, I'm assuming after last night's splooge fest from the Red Sox, Jovan, 14 runs, 14-piece hold to fry. Could be like the Mets in the fireworks situation, right? Maybe they ran out of the juice baseballs because they hit them all over the fence. Manfred probably on his way home, probably on his way to New York to help Aaron Judge break his own record and give those juice baseballs to, the Yankees. Maybe in that game today. I like the over in that game today. I do. And I saw my guy, Dead Larry Bird, in the Twitch chat. Yes, I do think the Yankees might win today, and they are up to -150, but we cannot forget, number one, you're very biased. And number two, there's always a Yankee tax. But yes, seeing Schittler -150 against Joe Ryan tells me maybe they win today. I'll give you that. I'd rather just take the over in that game, though. But let's talk about the Sox and why I'm fading them after they scored 14 runs last night and 6 runs the night before. They scored plenty. Their offense looks great. The Red Sox are playing really good overall in the last month or so of the season. But I think we fade them. Looking at Hunter Brown squares today, Jovan, looks like Hunter Brown might be back. And he has not been great of late. He had a great first half of the season, but he's kind of been treading water. Had a couple decent starts squeaked in there, but overall, in the last 2 months, Hunter Brown has not been the dominant starter he was to start the season. But I want to back him today. Seeing his squares up there on prize picks for tonight against this red-hot Red Sox lineup down here in Houston tells me we are getting potentially a shutout from Mr. Hunter Brown. I like his more than fantasy score. I like his more than Ks. I like his less than earned runs allowed. I don't know if that square is still up there. I like his less than hits allowed. Any of the squares you like up there for Hunter Brown, I think are a full go. I think he absolutely shoves today. This one's personal for the Astros, who got absolutely embarrassed last night. Embarrassed.
Nice.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, Jovan, but did the Mariners take over first place, or at least tie up first place for the first time last night
believe they're
in
tied,
months? Yes. I'm sure that'll be addressed. Thank you, Goots. Thank you, Jovan. I'm sure that'll be addressed in the clubhouse before the game today. Lock the fuck in, boys. Lock the fuck in. We might not win our division. And the Astros typically play their best ball towards the end of the season. Very well-run organization. After getting embarrassed 14 to 1 last night? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Automatically have to lean in on Houston here, but instead of laying the minus 175, come on, guys. I'm not coming up here giving you that. Let's just take the team total under in a game I like the under in a game where the total is getting juiced. The under is getting juiced from minus 105 to minus 115 now for the full game under. I want to isolate in case Houston takes some anger out in this game and they are facing Walker Buehler, who's bad. Respectfully, he's bad. Bad. Coming off a shutout. So I'm a little bit worried about the Astros getting some of their anger out from that embarrassing loss last night and maybe putting up a couple runs, maybe keeping their foot on the gas pedal, especially with the division stuff going on right now and now them being tied with the Mariners. Instead, I'll just isolate the Red Sox bats. They're not scoring 4. They might not score any. Team total under.
Yeah. I was super curious, too, because I was looking while you were talking about it, because they are in Houston, where we know there's always no runs, and there's only been one time this year in all of the home series they've had where every game's gone over. And obviously the first 2 games soared over. And what it took for the last one, or the only one that went over, was a guy that I'm sure nobody can tell you who he is on the mound for the Tigers in the final, or for the Astros in the final game of that series.
Okay.
Blue ball.
Blue balls.
Blue balls.
Blue balls. Okay. We'll come back to that WNBA play. We'll save the best for last. Jovan.
Krabs in the W, man.
Love that play tonight. Excuse me. Jovan. What do you got on the Sharp Report? What's your next straight bet? Talk about it.
Started with Hunter Green. Now this is day game. I guess it has a lot to do with Merrill Kelly, but it also has to do with Zach Allen. Krabs. Don't forget. He's on the other side. I don't know that I'm fully with you in the sense that I think Zach Allen might get nucked today. He's coming off of 2 really good performances. I think we were talking about it last time out against the Rockies. I thought he was going to pitch pretty well, and he did. He ended up shoving in that game, one of his better performances as of late, with like a stray RBI double he gave up or some shit. But he's really good outside of that. The thing about the Rangers, though, right now, while they've been kind of sliding as a team and as an offense especially, I guess a little bit has to do with the pitching as well, but as an offense, they've been pretty unlucky. They're seeing the ball decently well. They're hitting the ball hard and haven't had too much to show for it. The at-bat's a little bit questionable at times, I guess, from the bottom of the lineup, but they're hitting the ball hard. And if you remember why the fuck I fade Gallen in the first place, starting with last year, is because he gives up a lot of hard contact, and he himself was very lucky 2 years ago at, I guess the ball's finding some gloves. So, like, right now, the Rangers, especially like Jock Peterson's seeing the ball a little bit better now, which nobody's talking about. Top of the lineup, like Seager's been seeing the ball well. A lot of this lineup, again, is hitting it hard and hitting fastballs hard especially, and they've been pretty disciplined at laying off speed, like in the dirt, which if Gallen does not have any command of his off speed and he's not getting teams to chase and swing at it, he has nothing. He has no bag. He's a very non-creative pitcher right now, and that's been the story for the past year and a half now. So if he gets into that with the Rangers, I think that's a problem, and you're going to see a couple balls land pretty far deep in the fucking Whataburger in center field. But Merrill Kelly in his revenge game against his former team, I also couldn't pass up. I think he's going to absolutely do it tonight. The pitching outs is off the board now, but I think he's going to absolutely shove so we can replace that with a fantasy score, because I think he's getting the strikeouts too. They need a little bit of depth, I guess, in the game, which is kind of why I wanted to take the pitching outs, because he not that the starters got super destroyed over the last couple of days, but neither of them got into the 6th inning, especially like Eovaldi is one of them, who I don't even know how he got through as much as he did through the 5, but neither of them were super efficient, and they used a good number of pitchers the last 2 days. Merrill Kelly, I think, helps the bullpen out a ton today with super efficient outing.
I do think it'll be a pitcher's duel because although Merrill Kelly's been very good this season, are you a little bit surprised to see Zach Gallen getting some of the respect he's getting with some of his squares and some of the odds for his props up on the books? Like, he's got
the weird
even
2.5
crazier outs
square
recorded. Sure. He's also got that 17.5 pitching outs prop up on the books, not a square, but a prop up on the books. and minus 140 to the over compared to our guy Merrill, who's minus 130 now. The shittier pitcher, Zach Gallen, who we love to fade, he's even juicier to that over. Is that not a little weird?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Which that's probably a little bit because of their pen situation too. I forget who it was. Somebody came out of the pen for them. I forget their long relief guy's name. They used to play on the Cardinals, but he came in through like 60 pitches yesterday. So maybe that's cooked in a little bit, but he also gives them some depth. What I was like, I guess, a little weirded out about it this game is it's Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly. I think we all somewhat expect them to be fired up against each other, and the game went 8 to 8.5 in Texas, which I was intrigued about, especially with Gallen coming off of one of his better starts of the year. Jake Woodford, yes, Chad. Yes,
yeah,
Chad.
he's had back-to-back really good starts, Gallen has.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That is weird. It's always weird seeing totals move it up in that park.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe the Rangers just splooge. Hopefully for this first 5, they do.
Would be goated.
Right. Would be goated. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Good to see Clam Mucker 3000 in the chat. Still sharp as attack. Yes, the Pirates plus 1.5 will be played today. I did see the Trent and Betting Queen collab on the Brewers minus 1.5. So if you're looking for an additional daytime play, Pirates plus 1.5. Jovan, could you co-sign that?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Let's talk some W.
Well, Alex Caruso collab too, by the way.
That's actually the big 3.
That's the big 3.
That is Rajon Rondo. Not even Rondo. That's Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and KG. Keep Rondo out of it. Should have been a big 4. Honestly, I'm a big Rondo guy. But all right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk a little bit of W. Jovan, I sniffed out a nasty one in the W tonight. Man. I sniffed. Nasty. I can smell this one through my iPad right now looking at this game. Reeks of a win for my play. Seattle in the ML. You got 16-16 Seattle at home against Atlanta, who's been just a pleasant surprise this season. 20-11. Atlanta is this season. Atlanta's on a crazy winning streak as well. They've won 5+ games in a row. Seattle has lost 5+ games in a row.
God, I'm looking at this now. This is just a classic Krabs play, man.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Atlanta opened up a favorite, -1 in this game, as they probably should. I mean, they're on fire right now. They almost have 2 wins for every loss compared to Seattle, who's barely treading at 500 here, and they're in their biggest slump of the season. They've lost 5+ games in a row. 5+ games in a row. Jovan, Seattle's actually way juicier now on the ML and the spread than they were this morning when I put this in when they were -1. Seattle has moved from +1 to -2.5.
Wow.
Consensus at home on this crazy losing streak. So if you know anything about the W, like me, you know that Seattle typically plays Atlanta pretty well. They've actually beaten them 3 of the last 5 times they played. I think they show up, they show out, they get their lick back tonight after a bunch of losses in a row at home. They settle in. And if you go look at some of the squares on Prize Picks for this game, you'll notice that the most popular squares in this sport tonight are all players on Atlanta that have crazy green charts. Jovan, what does that mean?
Means there might be some cake on it.
Means there might be some cake on the popular tab for the W. And I'm not seeing Brianna Jones going off. She's got a 29 fantasy score that actually got bumped down from 29.5 earlier today after she had 48 last game and in a completely greened out chart. They have Alicia Gray up there, who's also in Atlanta for 30 fantasy points, completely greened out chart as well. All 5 bars. All 5 bars.
They got Ryan Howard up there. She's fucking Michael Pork.
Yeah, I don't see her up on the pop tab.
You'd be chucking.
I do see Sonia. Wow. I see Sonia Creton, or Citron, who nobody talks about, the Mystic Star, who looks honestly kind of like Caitlin Clark's doppelganger. It's kind of weird. She's a Buckets, the rookie. She's been killing it for the Sticks. She's actually up there. Her fantasy score's at 28, but we're not talking Sticks. Okay, we're talking Seattle. They're getting a win today. Take them on the ML. It might be too juicy now at this point, but lay some juice. They win this game. Guys, they're up to -2.5. They haven't won a game in 2 weeks. They're playing the hottest team in the W. System play. Lock it in. We're on fire in the W. Quality over quantity in the W. Got another winner for you guys here. Take Seattle on the ML. Let's make some coins. 10 p.m. late night game. Late night game. Wow.
Late night in the W.
Wow. Jovan, Take me to your last straight bet, my man. What do you got?
Wait in chat.
Oh.
Howard in her second game back from long injury hiatus tonight. Is she on the board? Oh, POD 2.5 DM3s. It's my WNBA POD for the go well.
Okay. Well,
let me bookmark that real quick.
She is on Atlanta, Jovan, so you might not want to take her.
I know.
Probably not going to win.
I know she's on. She's pork, Krabs. She's pork. She's chucks. That's why she's
back. Her coming back from an injury.
I guess she's already had one game where she bageled.
Yep.
She'll go like 3 for 12 from 3. We'll be good. Go for the wager.
Going back to your Rays, huh?
Close out the series, Krabs. Rasmussen, 5 and dive. Rasmussen. He's probably given up a stray bullet or two. Maybe it's flounder meat Kurtz, who is actually sneaky, returned a slight flounder meat, but maybe it's Bangaliers. He's seeing beach ball right now. He throws so many fastballs. He's not going to be able to avoid probably the one. But other than that, I think he's going to pitch pretty well. And I'll say I was pretty shocked at some of the prize picks usage that all of the ace hitters, for the most part, have against Rasmussen tonight, because I would think it would be the other way around. But I do think he matches up pretty well against them, and I think his command is going to work extremely well against a majority of the lineup, especially the bottom half. So he's probably not going to be in there all that long, especially with the fact that for the first time ever, I don't know if we have ever seen this, but we got back-to-back extremely efficient Shane Baz and Ryan Pepio outings where they both, I think, pitched 7 straight. So they were great. If they wanted to let Rasmussen be that effective and that efficient, they're going to be fucked, and that's going to be great news. If not, the Rays have the ability now with a rested bullpen to actually match up the way they want, which is huge at the top of that lineup because you've got heavy hitters there that they've struggled to match up with, especially last night, like in the back end of the game, which didn't really matter at that point. But that's been their issue for weeks now. They mismanaged the bullpen because they haven't had the luxury of doing otherwise. Tonight, you got the full platter exactly the way you want it if you're Kevin Cash, which is fantastic. But I don't think Rasmussen is going to be in a position to put them in any other spot either. I think he's going to pitch super well. Again, one stray bullet. JT Ginn is kind of I like JT Ginn. I honestly wish he was a Ray because I wish they would have gotten him instead of Hauser. Different conversation, though. But he matches up pretty poorly, I would say, too. He struggled big time against some lefties. So, like, not the Rays lineup right now is super, super lefty heavy, but that's honestly been their better spot right now because the bottom of that lineup, you need to give them something right now. So when you have guys in there like Josh Lowe, who's been struggling big time lately, Hunter Fiducia, like even like the Tristan Grays, like I think the bottom of the lineup is in a really, really good spot tonight, which is super rare. And even in the top, starting with one guy that we'll talk about in a bit, like the sinker is going to be moving tonight. And I think it's going to get hit really hard, which has been his problem. And I think who were they facing last time? The O's, maybe? He had trouble with a couple of long bombs, and it was particularly because he couldn't really command anything to lefties. So he was leaving a lot over the plate, and then the righties were getting involved as well because the off-speed wasn't moving. So I don't think it's a good outing for JT again either. So super rare. Usually I'll take the Rays first 5 at this point because the bullpen's been bad. But when you're in this spot where I think you're able to manage it right, I'm in.
Okay. Billy, I posted a midday PP lineup on my X earlier. That's why I got to keep the notice on because one of the squares is already off the boards and it's gone.
Just toss the fantasy in there.
Love that pivot.
That's my pivot when we get up here. Yeah.
Love that pivot.
30.5. Yeah.
Merrill Kelly more than 30.5 fantasy score.
Yeah.
And Joey Ortiz less than 3.5 fantasy score, which I believe is the most popular square on the board.
It is, yeah.
Yep. That should hit, right? Perfect. And it's not just fading the most popular square, guys. I do think we get a gem from Mitch Keller, which is not the craziest take. He's actually one of the only feasible arms on that fucking team. So,
yeah, he is.
He's shoving today. Totals at 7.5. Juicy under. You might see some 7s popping up here before first pitch for a reason. And I would love to fade Woodruff. I'm going to be adding the Pirates plus 1.5 to my cart. I will be adding that to my cart. If you need a day game play, you've got the Pirates plus 1.5. You've got the Rangers first 5 minus 0.5. There's some early action for you guys. Get involved. Okay? Let's power through our prize pick squares here real quick, Jovan. Power through. And then we'll talk about the day games. I got a couple cool squares. One's nasty. One's, back in a goat who's been struggling of late, but I do think he bounces back and shines tonight. I already talked about him. It's Hunter Brown. I think Hunter Brown shoves. Whenever I see a pitcher on the boards and I like all of his squares. I don't overthink it. I take his more than fantasy score, and more often than not, I cash. So Hunter Brown, I think he absolutely deals against the Red Sox. This game's personal after the Sox put up a 14-piece, 2 touchdowns last night. You see the Astros get their revenge. There's a reason why the total in that game is catching some steam towards the under. It's because we're going to get a pitcher's duel or a great performance from Hunter Brown. Maybe Walker Buehler pitches okay. I don't know, but I think there's probably a pretty good chance he might give up a couple. That's why I'm going to isolate the Red Sox team total under and just go with the Hunter Brown backing on his fantasy score. Then we got Gavin Williams, Jovan. Gavin Williams is coming off of almost a no-hitter, right?
Yep.
In his last outing, 120 pitches, almost a no-hitter. Next thing you know, Juan Soto's taking him dead center for a Nukenheimer. Next thing you know, he's getting yanked. Guys, if anybody's played baseball before, you know that a 120-pitch game like that, especially at this point of the season, fucks your arm up, man. You're not going to come back with the same strength, same stuff.
Almost
you just can't.
130.
You just can't. You can't. He's only a man, right? And the adrenaline will kick in. Sure, he'll be fine early on in this game, but once he gets into the 5th or maybe even 6th, he probably won't even be in there by then. But once he gets into the later innings, he's toast. His command's going to be toast. His curveball's not going to have any fucking bite. His fastball's going to have no zip. Fade Gavin Williams today after almost a no-hitter. Has to be done. Let's back the Marlins bat. So I think it could be a little gritty, a little blue-collar today. Show some heart. Wouldn't mind them on the ML as well. Opened up barely a dog in this game against one of the hottest teams in baseball, the Guardians. Interesting. I do like Miami on the ML, but my favorite play in this game would be Gavin Williams, less than fantasy score, legally obligated to fade him after almost throwing a no-hitter. Love these 2 pitcher squares. Love them.
Huge.
Love them.
Huge.
We got a FedEx Milk subby. FedEx Milk, you're fucking goated, dude. Yes.
Hey, FedEx.
Yes. Krabs, what's the Jake Irvin report? The 5-second Jake Irvin report is he sucks. Don't take it. I'm moving on from Jake Irvin.
Unbelievable.
I'm moving on.
Like in your perfect game wagers.
I'm moving on from Mr. Jake Irvin, and I've already moved on from Mitchell Parker. Bless his heart. Not a pro pitcher.
He is so bad, Krabs.
Not a pro pitcher.
Sorry,
he's not. That's all right. DJ Earls will take a spot next year in the rotation. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Jovan, tell me about your prize pick squares, my man. Make it quick. Make it snappy.
I'll make it snappy. Brandon Lowe is taking JT Ginn to Mars. JT Ginn, I mean, he's been much worse at home too, which also helps, but he's also been much worse against lefties. So Brandon Lowe, I think, does this by himself. I wish they had a square that like I could take a fantasy or something to encompass what he actually does at the plate on it. But
right,
I do think he can get it by himself. Plus, it'll also help. I assume this is what they're going to do with the lineup because they do this against righties now, but they move like Chandler to the top. They put Yandy at 2. They go Belau 3, Junior 4, and then probably 2 lefties, 5, 6, like we were talking about, other Josh Lowe or Fiducia. So like I think all the guys that are behind Brandon Lowe, I think are going to hit really well too. So in the case that he doesn't do it himself, in terms of going straight yard, I think a lot of the other guys are going to have plenty of success too. So I think he's crossing plate. Then Merrill Kelly, we talked about that already, shoving sub the fantasy score in there and call it.
Now I know why you were so adamant about shifting that square to fantasy score earlier. It's because you have it in the Sharp report.
Yeah.
Pitching outs. I didn't even know that. Okay. Awesome. We're going to pivot there, chat. Merrill Kelly, more than fantasy score. I'm locking that in right now. I'm locking in the Sharp report 4-man right now as we speak. Merrill Kelly, more than 30.5 pitcher fantasy score. Hell yeah. I will drop the link for you guys as well. We got a first-time chatter. Is Hunter fantasy playable at 37.5? Hell yeah. He's going off. If he gets hooked, I'd be shocked. I think he either absolutely deals or he's just moose shit again and it's not going to be close. So, yeah, take his fantasy score at whatever it is sitting at right now. That's crazy, though. Did it get bumped up 2 fantasy points from this morning?
It's big, too.
I'm still seeing 35.5 here.
Yeah, I do see 35.5.
Just locked it in too. So here's a link to the Sharp Report 4-man in the Twitch. If you want to get involved, boom. There it is. There it is. All right. Let's talk about these early games really quick. Jovan, Pirates plus 1.5. Anything in Detroit, Chicago, probably not. Shane Smith.
Probably not. It is Shane Smith coming off of career high in strikeouts.
Yeah.
Kind of worried about him a little bit. This one.
Yep.
Tigers, I guess, are a little better fastball changeup hitting teams than the Mariners are. So you're probably getting one ball sent to Mars from Carey or Riley Green.
Okay. Yeah. Detroit's catching steam as well. They probably win that game, but you won't see me bet.
Probably, yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on the Nats and Royals game? Lugo versus Jake.
You know who's looking me dead in the face, Krabs? Josh Bell.
Wow.
Kind of was.
Josh Bell's goated.
Kind of goated. Yeah, I think
Josh Bell's goated.
1 or 2 shit games since he was red hot, so he cooled down for a day or two.
Yep.
I don't know.
He had a home run the other day.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was the first game of this series or the last game of last series, but he's been dialed in. Nobody's talking about it because he's on the Nats.
I can't believe nobody traded for him, man. The way he's been swinging the bat the last couple months. I can't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, they've just seen the story before.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do
also,
think the
James
Nats
Wood
are
is so back. So you wouldn't mind fading Lugo? Maybe an over in this game?
Yeah, maybe an over. Jake Irvin does fucking blow. But I think it's not going to be an easy one for the Royals either.
No. The big bat, all the plays from the Sharp Report are on the bottom ticker going across. So there you go. Boom. All right, what are we taking in the Nats game as well? We're taking James Wood too. We'll stack.
We're taking
he's
Wood.
Back. I kind of want to. He's one of those guys that you just take when he's hot, and when you don't, you fade or you stay off. You don't really got to look at charts for him.
That's fair. It's been a while since we've had a
baseball,
since we've had a Krabs Nats hitter in something.
I know, been very good.
Dalen Lyle is probably doing fucking nothing today. Looking at his squares.
Dalen Lyle is fucking goated though.
Also red hot. Also super green.
I'm gonna take Josh Bell more than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm gonna take James Wood more than fantasy score in case he gets walked 4 times. And we're gonna find a square to fade for Lugo.
Wow, national stack. Literally what AI Krabs was talking about yesterday.
Maybe just his less than fantasy score. Yeah. Lugo less than fantasy score. Any other Nats you think go off today or
no, I was really just looking at Josh.
Okay. Quick scroll. CJ with
I remember the last time I've
Trey
seen True Mealis up for HRR since the fuck.
That is a fucking crazy square, dude.
Since when, dude?
That is I've never seen that before in my life.
He's usually up for half a total base, if that.
Drew Mealis, welcome to the fucking lineup. Welcome to the fucking lineup, Drew. I'm so.
How about we cross here and we do Nats, not full Nat stack. Let's put like Mitch Keller in this.
Okay.
Something.
All right. What do you want to take for Keller? More than fantasy?
Either more than fantasy or less than hits allowed.
Less than hits allowed. So you want to keep Drew out of this and you want to keep Lugo out of it and keep it simple so it actually hits?
Yes. Let's do that.
Josh Bell, James Wood, Mitch Keller, 3-piece?
Wow. And
that might hit.
That actually might hit.
Josh Bell, more than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. James Wood, more than 6.5 fantasy score. Mitch Keller, less than 5.5 hits allowed. Now, real quick. Do we make it a 4-man and put Joey Ortiz less than in this puppy? Make it a 10xer?
No, because we're already sweating that.
Okay. All right. W discipline. Let's lock in a 3-piece. I'll drop the link for you guys if you want to tail. Jovan, are there any other games that you want to talk about today?
Brinks might have just done something because I was staring at this game for a while. That Cards game, it's really just giving me Muckfest vibes, especially after yesterday. I feel like they dropped Trow on Gomber. Not a hot take because he's fucking terrible.
He's really bad at pitching. Yep.
I was getting so close to dropping that Cards home run line.
Okay. You like runs in that game? Or just Cardinals runs?
I don't know if I like runs because I don't know if I trust the Rockies, but could be Cards.
Yeah, total in that game is dropping, which is kind of weird looking at those two starting pitchers. But yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it's just I hate taking -1 on this with the home team, I'll be honest, but
I know.
maybe this is one of those cases you just got to do it. It is the Rockies. It is the Rockies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Or we go team total over for the Cardinals.
Yeah. I'd probably just be chilling more with the run line.
W sense of humor, DeAndre. Appreciate you laughing that one off, my man. You will not see me doing an Eagles chant though. EALGES Eagles. Remember when the mayor of the city could not even spell the word Eagles during that chant last year and that went viral? You remember that?
It's just.
That perfectly encapsulates that city.
It's just unreal.
Really does. Really does. Not many places I want to go to less than Philly.
Not even for
Rather go to
cheesesteak.
Baltimore. Great cheesesteaks. That's it though.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's it.
Baltimore and Philly is crazy.
I'd rather go to Baltimore with Goots.
That's just.
With Goots as my human shield.
That's
I mean,
terrible.
it's just
You think anybody's messing with you with Goots by your side in Baltimore?
It's just
Goots is like the fucking
unbelievable.
mayor of Baltimore.
unbelievable.
Goots literally the mayor.
Goots, would you jump in the Baltimore Harbor, the Inner Harbor, if you had the chance? Would you jump in?
Am I getting anything out of it, or is it just
Just
No,
for
just-
the love of the
Just for
game.
the vibes.
love of the
Why would you
game?
do
I
that?
mean, apparently they cleaned it up. People be jumping in it now, so
Yeah, the mayor of Baltimore jumped in. It was a big deal a couple
Yeah.
months ago.
huge deal.
She's like, "Oh, it's actually safe for humans to touch this water now." It should not be. That should not be the standard. That should just be how it actually is, or that should be just the standard. That should be a celebration, right? It's kind of sad that it was not like that before.
I mean,
You
yeah,
jump in or not, Goots?
yeah, I'll do it
For the vibes.
for the vibes.
Okay.
It's just.
Okay.
He ain't jumping in the fucking. What is it? Pretty much the Gotham City River, man.
I'm
Why would you do it?
I'm jumping in that shit.
It's just. Maybe Lamar can
Yeah.
jump in that shit after another regular season Super Bowl.
Okay.
I'll jump in it during the parade. Yeah,
Real quick, thoughts on Yankees and Twins? I like the over in this game. Does Jovan like the over? Does Jovan like the Yankees?
I don't know. I think if this game actually happens, I kind of would just stick with the Twins. Say fuck
Okay.
it. dude.
Wow.
Anti-sharp
I mean,
shit.
I'll be honest. Joe Ryan squares are making it seem like he's going to turn into the worst pitcher of all time. I'll put it
Yeah.
like that.
I see that. It gives me bad vibes, man. I think it's a little at this point, especially after what is it, 2 straight muckfest out there?
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
you're right.
It's their last saving grace for the series. Joe
The
Ryan
spot
in a big
says
spot
Twins.
too.
Sure.
Spot says Twins. We'll see though, because I'm worried about this because Roth is worried about it happening mid-game. And the narrative not selling the team is just interesting.
Okay. Goots, you are getting something out of it. Syphilis. That's what you're getting out from jumping out of the Inner Harbor. Unbelievable chat there from Took It With Brent.
That is just.
for Ravens Super Bowl. Yeah, give it to me.
Okay.
You'd take syphilis for a Ravens bowl.
I'd do anything.
And on that note, who's ready to cash the squad ride today, folks?
Just-
Holy shit. Somebody clip that. Hey,
Yeah.
Goots, if you haven't sprinted away and closed your laptop already out of embarrassment, you mind running this shit for me? I'm trying to see that train. W Goots, W Baltimore, the homeland, L syphilis. We don't need to be talking about that anymore. Banana, blessing up Rowdy with a subby. W Banana, W Rowdy. Rowdy, good to see you lurking in the chats. You got to respect Goots' his loyalty, man. You really do. You really do. You got to respect it. You got to respect it,
man.
All right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's lock in. We owe the people a squad ride W for today. My goodness. After yesterday's atrocious Braves play, not just because it lost, but because it should have never been in there in the first place. That's on me. Jovan, we got to lock in. We got to be better. We got to be better. There are honestly, I absolutely love all three of my plays today. I love them.
I'm down to put the two
I love them.
baseball ones in there. I think this is the poll right here. I think we go Mini Meg vibes, Orioles over. We go
Okay.
fade after 2 touchdowns, Red Sox team total under. And we
Okay.
go fuck Hunter Green, Phillies ML.
Okay. You don't like that W play?
It's not that I don't like the W play. It's just I feel like we're sitting here. It's not going to get any votes regardless. But W in this economy, man. I don't know shit.
Crazy. They're up to -3 some places.
If you feel that good about it, you sounded a lot more confident in the other two. Like you like them a lot more. So that's more so.
Well, I'm a little bit more knowledgeable. A little bit more knowledgeable about the other two. WNBA Krabs is kind of dialed down. You're right. All it's going to do is take away votes from other plays. Yeah.
Yeah, except it's never winning the vote, man.
All right. You want to get 3 plays, 3 winners?
Yeah, I think that's a great big 3 right there.
3 plays, 3 winners, 3 minutes on the poll. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get involved, please. 3 plays, 3 winners, 3 baseball plays. Get involved. Get involved. 3 plays, 3 winners. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get your ass in the Twitch poll. You should see it right up there in the top sector if you're watching on Twitch. Get involved. 3 plays, 3 winners. We've got Mariners O's over 8.5. We've got the Red Sox team total under 3.5 and the Phillies on the money line. Sure. 3 plays, 3 winners. Get involved. Wait, Krabs, thoughts on Tigers? I like them, but I don't want to lay the -140 because I thought it was a little bit sketchy that they opened up that short of favorites in the first place, but I do think they win. I just don't believe in the Tigers, man. I don't want to make a habit out of betting them on the ML as favorites, and I did hit on an ML play with them, I think earlier this week or maybe late last week, so I'll take my money there and run. The Tigers do not respect coins. Sorry, SBR. Sorry, SBR.
Teach.
3 plays, 3 winners. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Get involved, get involved, get involved, get involved. Hurry up.
Whoever was asking about stream tonight in the chat, I might have to run a Meg stream tonight. Try and get a whole season in potentials.
Jesus.
Might even start it right after Surge.
Wow.
Might have to be done.
I'd be impressed.
Year 3, man. You got to put foot down, man. Just got to put foot down.
I got a men's league softball practice tonight, so I might not be able to make it. Maybe I can pop on later, but I won't be able to pop in early. That's for sure.
There you go. You can
Tomorrow,
pop in when we're hopefully in the playoff.
Yeah, either later tonight and definitely down for some sweats tomorrow. Go and lock me in for sweats tomorrow, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah, they practice.
Chat, you want to be the best?
Leagues, Krabs?
You want to be the best? You want to win?
They practice.
Or you want to just show up? Practice.
Just show up.
Practice. Phillies ML. When I say mini Meg vibes, the people fade. Phillies ML. Sure. After I give the Braves last night, you know what? I get it.
Yeah, you were never. Not that my plays were better yesterday.
It's all good.
You were never winning the poll after that.
It's all good. You guys are just jealous, man. Softball league.
Archie
Hey,
Gambles
when I
did
get
try.
down there,
He did
we're starting up a Bookit softball league. Just
yeah.
wait.
Trying over strikeouts. Ma.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. B-Bets, you don't hit Nukenheimers like me showing up and cracking a beer. I'm showing up ready to win. I'm diving. I'm sliding into the fucking second. I'm doing double sellies.
No way you're sliding in second, Krabs.
If need be.
Nah.
If need be. Sure.
Nah.
To avoid a tag? I'm not above that.
Krabs.
Hell no, I don't pitch.
Just.
Hell no, I don't pitch. I usually play outfield because it's tough to read fly balls, man. All right. WBTL today. Great stream. So many subbies. So many subbies. Guys, do me a favor. Stick around for the Surge stream. It's starting up right now. Pitch Trent a winner. Lord knows he needs it.